Hey, everybody. Welcome to the J2G Sports Experience. I'm Henry,
And I'm Robert.
and we're going to be talking sports, specifically the NFC Conference. Exciting stuff. We're going to be talking about the NFC North, South, and West divisions. I'm here with Robert, our resident NFCL guru. Robert, let's roll into the division. We're talking NFC North.
Let's start with the North, the black and blue division. So the NFC North, to me, has a clear-cut pick for the division winner, and I'm going with the Chicago Bears right now. Chicago did really well last year. They've been together for another full season. Caleb Williams, I believe, will make another step in his career. I really like Chicago winning this division. And when we look at Chicago, their strengths right now, to me, are on offense. Their defense is pretty solid. But I think with Caleb Williams and that offense, I think they have the opportunity to really score some points. I know the coach, Johnson, wants the Chicago Bears to break the record, the NFL record of the most dynamic scoring offense in the NFL. That has yet to be seen, but it can be a possibility. So I'm giving Chicago the division championship right now.
That's your pick.
That's
for
my
a division
pick.
champ,
Correct.
the Chicago Bears.
Now, when you look at the rest of the division, you look at Detroit, they're finally healthy. Why I'm not picking them to win the division, I think other teams have solved what they're trying to do offensively. I think we've seen the best of Detroit. So I really think Detroit will finish second in this division. Jared Goff is older. David Montgomery is no longer with them. Jahmyr Gibbs is a premier back in the NFL, arguably top three. So with Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I believe the Detroit Lions will come in number 2 in this division. Following the Detroit Lions, I have the Green Bay Packers.
Now that's interesting that you picked the Packers third, and you're giving the edge to Detroit there, right? Now, in terms of quarterback play, why would you?
Well, it's interesting you bring this up. Jordan Love has had plenty of opportunities to show how much he can do, and he hasn't really risen above decent quarterback play. He hasn't elevated the team offensively. He makes great plays, and then all of a sudden, certain things you're questioning why things turned out the way they did. I think Jordan Love can grow as a quarterback and improve his performances. So right now, even with their defense, with Green Bay's defense, there's big question marks there. Is Micah Parsons going to be 100% healthy? And Micah Parsons needs to be 100% healthy and to generate between 15 and 18 sacks for Green Bay to actually become more relevant, in my book. Love Josh Jacobs. But I really do think Green Bay comes in at third. That doesn't mean that they'll have a losing record. There could possibly be 3 teams above 500 in this division. That doesn't mean 3 teams are making the playoffs. But I do believe Green Bay will come in third. And that leaves us with Minnesota,
which is in flux with this crazy quarterback situation.
I never believed in J.J. McCarthy when they drafted him. I'm not keen on who they got in. Kyler Murray, they traded from the Cardinals, Arizona Cardinals. I'm not high on that either. What Minnesota does have has one of the most nagging, stingiest, physical, aggressive defenses, but it's not a defense that can sustain wins. You got to have an offense to support it. And here's where I find Minnesota with a big problem offensively at the quarterback position. And that's going to hurt Minnesota in the long run. Minnesota will be bringing up the division in the rear, maybe no more than 7 wins.
Wow. Yeah, that quarterback situation.
Yeah, the quarterback situation. And I'm not...
Makes no sense.
Kyler Murray isn't the answer, in my opinion. Yeah. And I don't think J.J. McCarthy is either. So that's how I believe the NFC North will come. We'll finish. We're going to pick the Chicago Bears to win the division. We're going to take the Detroit Lions to come in second. We're going to finish that with Green Bay at third and Minnesota bringing up the rear.
Okay, then you've heard it, everybody. This is the Guru's picks. I tend to agree with him, especially the Viking situation, which is a dumpster fire there with quarterback. Let's see how that plays out. We're going to go next to the NFC South. Again, a division that's kind of lost a lot of its luster since Brady stopped playing in it. I'm liking the Bucks there with Baker Mayfield. I think they have a good shot there. Robert, what are your thoughts on that division?
Well, after Brady left 2 years ago, this division really has no interest in terms of a big name or
Right.
exciting team up and coming or, a nationally favored team. Um, but I do think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers has the most seasoned and most talented roster when completely healthy. And I think Tampa Bay actually will run away with this division.
Now,
I
yeah,
think they will run away
okay.
with this division. Um, they are healthy. I think Baker Mayfield still has a chip on his shoulder, and he should play his ass off this season and force Tampa Bay to do something regarding his contract. But I like Baker Mayfield's feist. I like the team behind them, what they have with Bucky Irving, with Emeka Ibuka. I believe they have and a healthy Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin hasn't been healthy for 2 years. So I really believe Tampa Bay and a defense that's healthy. So I really believe Tampa Bay has the advantage, and this has been clear and cut. I believe they win this division by 4 games.
They definitely have the receivers. They do have a great running game. I think you're right.
I think Baker Mayfield has
right.
a chip on his shoulder. I wouldn't be surprised if there were some games where he carried this team. As long as he stays healthy, I wouldn't be surprised if he had a massive season and forced Tampa Bay either to trade him or to sign him to a contract that he's worthy of.
Well, that's exciting.
Now, after Tampa Bay,
Exciting.
there really isn't anything that I get really excited about. I believe Atlanta will finish second. I don't know what to say about Atlanta, but they have a quarterback issue too with Tua Tagovailoa, who is
Dumpster fire.
really didn't show much in his preseason game. That's a concern. Michael Penix Jr. is dealing with nagging injuries. He showed enough, but recently hasn't shown enough to be garnered the starting quarterback just yet. So I think Atlanta's positives are on their offense. With Bijan Robinson and Kyle Pitts and Drake London, they have offensive pieces that will be successful, garner some wins. But on defense, I think they're lacking a pass rush. I think they're lacking a good run stop defense. So right now, Atlanta will bring up the rear in that division.
Okay, well, what about the other 2 teams?
Well, I got Tampa Bay, Carolina, New Orleans, and Atlanta.
That's your order?
That's actually not my order.
Okay.
Let me go back.
Right.
He caught me on a blip here.
All right.
No, my prediction actually is Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Carolina, then New Orleans. I think
so Tampa Bay to win the division.
Easily. I think they're going to win it by 4 games.
I agree.
And then Atlanta, and then we have Carolina and New Orleans. The problem with Carolina that I have is they're already injury riddled. They lost their starting defensive end, who was a significant piece in their defense last year. He's out for the season. Chuba Hubbard is already now dealing with hamstring issues. This early in camp is not a good sign. We know he's always had issues with his hamstring and ankles throughout the regular season. So right now, I don't see New Orleans or Atlanta or Carolina making a big statement in the standings. So it's Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Carolina, and New Orleans.
All right, there you have it. All right, we're going to move on to the NFC West. I'm super excited about the Rams out there. I really think they have the edge. Robert, what are your thoughts on the Rams and the rest of the teams in that division?
Well, the NFC West has 2 teams that are clearly Super Bowl contenders. Obviously, the Los Angeles Rams, with the acquisition of O.J. McDuffie at corner and Myles Garrett at defensive end, and Myles Garrett can play anywhere along the defensive line.
Incredible acquisition.
So when you look at the LA Rams, they've done a lot to improve what was their weakness, was their secondary. They masked that with a lot of zones and zone blitzes, but now you don't have to. You can actually go after the quarterback in LA and put those corners on an island one-on-one and force more aggressive defense to create more turnovers. So I really think the Rams are going to win this division. In the NFC West,
let's not forget the Super Bowl champs, right?
well,
Seattle.
again, I think the Seattle Seahawks take a step back.
Okay.
That doesn't mean I do believe they will be in the playoffs, but Seattle takes a step back. That doesn't mean that they're not capable of winning the Super Bowl again, but I do believe they take a step back. I think the Rams are the team to beat in the NFC West. Now, San Francisco, and a lot of my 49er fans are not going to be happy about this prediction, but right now with your receivers, who's going to catch the ball? Ricky Pearsall is out for the season.
That leaves you with
And you really don't
tight end.
You just have a tight end and CMC, really. Okay, which Kittle is coming off of an injury, and I think he's forcing it to come back too quickly. And I know Christian McCaffrey can't carry the team, so I think San Francisco will have a frustrating season this year.
Will they be in the playoffs?
No.
You're picking them to stay.
No, they will not be in the playoffs.
Okay.
They will not be in the playoffs.
You heard it here first.
San Francisco, this division will only have a division champion and a wild card, and that will be Seattle, and that will be the Rams. So if you're looking at my playoff picture, I have the Chicago Bears, Tampa Bay, and the Rams, all division winners.
Okay.
And the only wild card that I'm going to give now is the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
I'm not answering the NFC East because what was said in our other show when we showcased the NFC East, I'm very frustrated at the so-called professionals who have anointed the Dallas Cowboys a Super Bowl contender. If I had Janet Jackson's "What Have You Done For Me Lately" ready and queued, I'd be playing that because that's exactly how I feel. What have you done for me lately?
Zero.
You just traded for
Zero.
Quinnen Williams. You Caleb Downs in the draft. You've had some free agent pickups, but nothing has been done on the field. And so I'm getting sick and tired of all of these so-called professionals who sleep with the gosh darn giant Dallas Cowboys. Because all they are right now is paper. That's it. So at the end, unlike the NFC East, the South and North and the NFC West have clear front runners.
That's right. That's right.
The NFC East is a toss-up. I don't care what anyone wants to say. Eagle fans, you've lost A.J. Brown. Jalen Hurts' support cushion on offense. You have a new offense and defensive coordinator again. Look, there's a lot of pluses with the Eagles, yes. But anyone in that NFC East, right now, I am picking the Giants, but everybody, the entire division is a question mark. Dallas hasn't done anything on the field, and yet Washington picks up free agents, Sonny Styles in the draft, and they're not anointed anything. So it's a hypocrisy. All of these so-called experts, Jason McCourty, Dan Orlovsky, all of these people who are anointing the Dallas Cowboys as a Super Bowl contention really should be suspended from their TV shows. You're sleeping with the Cowboy organization. And you know what?
Sick of it.
I think people are sick and tired of it.
We're sick of the bullshit.
We want to hear real evaluation of talent. We want to hear real evaluation of teams. This is what I give you. I'm a Washington Commander fan, but I'm not going to give you nonsense when I know my Commanders have just as many question marks as the Dallas Cowboys, Eagles, and Giants.
Stop blowing smoke up the Cowboys' ass.
Stop the madness. Right
Stop
now,
it.
I'm picking the Giants. And sorry, Dan Orlovsky and everybody else who thinks you're a smart ass. Sorry. Right now, the Giants just got John Harbaugh. They have a healthy offensive line. They have Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, and Arvell Reese to wreak havoc along that front seven that has been underperforming, but is their strength. Healthy Malik Neighbors and New York Giants are going to surprise everyone and win this division.
Incredible defense.
Right now. So
we shall see.
Everyone else, I just don't know. But right now, that's how I feel about the NFC conference. We have in the NFC North, I'm picking Chicago as the division champion. In the NFC South, I'm taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a cakewalk. And the NFC West, I'm taking the LA Rams. And I wouldn't be too surprised if it was an easy NFC West division championship for the Rams. I I think the Rams have clear-cut advantage over everyone else in the division head-to-head. But again, we all know division rivals. Anything can happen on any given day.
And again, once again, so everyone is clear, you're picking the Giants for the NFC East division.
Before the regular season, right now, we did an after draft, before draft prediction, after draft prediction. Now we're doing before the regular season prediction. I'm picking the New York Giants right now.
All right, everybody, we shall see how these things play out. I'm excited to see. I'm excited for this upcoming season. And we're going to be talking more with you and have more great shows coming your way.
Now, if anybody has something that they'd like to message or email, ask a question, or to rebut what I've said, please do it. But don't give me feelings. Back it up with something that's substantial.
Give us some facts.
Give us some facts.
We want to hear your feedback.
We want to hear your feedback.
Okay.
Because I know I'm not the best expert out there, but I come from a place of true evaluation.
Facts, not
and
fiction.
Unbiased. I am a Washington Redskins Commander fan, and
We
I
are.
always will be. But I know there are limitations, and I know they have a lot of question marks and things. But
we never know.
They have a high upswing. The NFC East, the entire division has a high upswing. We don't know. Let's just see right now.
What can happen.
We got three more weeks of the preseason.
We're hopeful.
And let's see what happens.
We're hopeful.
Watch us in the coming shows as we go and divulge into the AFC.
Yes. And remember, watch us, subscribe,
and come grow with us.
We'll see you.
We just did a show and it did. Oh, sorry. They got all that too. Sorry, guys.